Hello and welcome to the stream, to number 33 of the Digital Homicide Streamcast. With me as always is Lothar, and yeah, that's music that was made for me specifically. Alright, let me get Lothar in here, and hi Lothar.
Hi, everyone.
Ah, hello. Alright, so yeah, that was a song that was made for me by DigiWobble. So if you want to check him out, check him out. Yeah, so we didn't stream for a little bit. It's been a while.
Yeah, 4 months for a while.
Yeah, it's not.
We missed anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's also true. We also missed the the anniversary of the group, which was it March? When did we?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's I completely forgot about that. In April or so, I was like, could have been a good idea to make another stream for the group directly in the anniversary or celebration stream, since we didn't had one for quite a while, since the last members that joined were all bots. Surprise.
Yeah, somebody needs groups to seem as legitimate users.
Yeah, well, okay, so we kind of wanted to talk about something. There's a guy who made a video about digital homicide, and yeah, he did something which is. Should I open it? Should I open it?
No, I mean, we can see it.
Okay, so it's I'm not showing the name, so okay. Anyway, so yeah, that dude is talking about digital homicide in a relatively positive way, or kind of trying to defend them.
Well, it's not like he talking about digital homicide in positive way. He mostly talking about Jim and us in negative way.
Yeah, and why he thinks that the attack on digital homicide was not justified and stuff like that. But then he does something really stupid, accusing our group of something. But we're not going into details because that's going to be another podcast. That's going to be the next one. So if you want to see what he's doing there, yeah, you have to check that out.
Specifically his video, and basically part when he's accusing us, and basically, well, if he wanted to hear the response, then basically here we are going to respond to him.
Yeah, and I'm kind of tempted to actually tell him about it before we do that stream.
You know, I heard the news that Twitch going to allow partners to stream on other platforms as well.
Yeah, I'm not a partner.
Simultaneously, as I mean.
Yeah, partners. So not affiliates. It's not. It's not helping anyone like me.
Oh, so there are two different ways. So how deep you into this shit?
Yeah, well, there are affiliates, which I am, and there are partners. Those with the purple sign behind their name, yeah, those are partners, and they can basically do more now. But for smaller channels, it doesn't matter really. I mean, I also often get invited into betas for new functions and stuff on Twitch. But some functions are just not working on my channel since I don't have, like, I don't know, viewers. You know, there's something where you can do special clips 5 times a month or so, which kinda includes a person. No, I don't know. It's a system I didn't try really, But you can get a badge for doing nice clips or so on a channel, and that's something that the streamer has to do. So includes the chat in a different way or something, and is specifically aimed at one viewer or so. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
kind of strange if you ask me.
We're gonna keep it relatively short today because something on my end, private stuff came up, so it's not gonna be a 2 or 3 hour stream, so it's more like an hour and a half or so.
And I'm not healthy enough to do that for long as well.
Yeah, so. Well, we can talk about a few things that happened in the last few days since we didn't stream.
Yeah, just a few days.
Should we talk about well, since I have it open in the background. I was reading a few things about Deep Silver and people not being happy about Deep Silver and a few decisions and stuff.
A moment of silence to this franchise.
Yeah, and we were talking before we went live about Saints Row and people not being too happy about what they did, and just from what Lothar told me, that's already enough. I have never been a Saints Row fan. It's, for me personally, it's too many colors and too much stuff, and it's just not my style. It's too much over the top, even for me, and I like over the top, but I don't know. And I'm already not a fan of remasters or remakes. I'm not sure what this actually is. Is that supposed to be a reboot, or is that?
That's actually a reboot. When it comes to Saints Row, well, I didn't even heard about this franchise before Saints Row 4. My last experience with GTA was GTA 4, so I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, Saints.
Because for me, GTA was something like GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas. When they cut down a lot of features for GTA 4, I was really disappointed. And when I got my hands on Saints Row franchise, I was like, yep, that's definitely what I want and need.
Yeah, that's maybe the one thing that makes it different to GTA, because you can do more stuff that you maybe wanted to do in GTA. The thing with Saints Row, the first and the second one, I think, were exclusive for consoles.
Only the first one, because the second one was released on PC as well.
Okay.
I don't know if it was released on PlayStation 3, but it was for sure released on PC.
Well, I knew about it, and I even have the third, and I think I have the fourth as well. I played it a bit, but all that territorial stuff, and it's just not my game. I don't know. It's
I kind of agree with territorial stuff, but well,
I would enjoy it more, I think, if it would just be me causing havoc, and yeah, well, like in a mafia game, trying to become the head of an organization or something like that. But it's a lot of team play stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's basically mostly you causing the havoc and having a fun. I don't like this territorial control nonsense, but well, I guess it was made to basically visually represent how much of the game you still have to complete.
Yeah, and make it have some different things to GTA.
GTA had this kind of stuff in GTA Vice San Andreas, but only in Los Santos area.
Yeah, but in a smaller scale, I think. It's been a while since I played it.
Let's say it's not as essential as in Saints Row.
Yeah, yeah. It's not one extremely big part of the whole game. In Saints Row, it's basically the thing of the game. You have to become the master of the territory, so to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that game might kinda fail. The fact that they went the exclusive way, yeah, I don't know, $60 and exclusive on Epic. I know a lot of hardcore fans will buy it, but the majority will just say, no, I don't care.
I saw reaction of hardcore fans on this game. They are furious. They are mad. They basically hate Deep Silver for even conceiving this game.
Uh, okay, so that voting system here of Epic is also just bullshit.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I generally believe that there are some people who enjoy this game, but again, as I see it, it's basically review outlets, and review outlets will give this game mostly positive, some sort of positive reaction if they want to be in this pool for Deep Silver.
Well, when you know how positive IGN can be with their reviews,
Yeah, and
if
only 6 out of 10.
if they give a game 6 of 10, that's a pretty low score for IGN uh, level. Wasn't IGN the one who gave Cyberpunk a 9 or a 10 or something like that? But yeah, okay,
They give it a 10 or something like that.
yeah, I think. Well, they say Saints Row delivers no shortage of shallow shoot 'em up thrills, but it's a very familiar and uninspired brand of sandbox fun. So basically, you get more of the same, and yeah, it's not really an important game.
They also said sandbox fun. So basically, you opening every game that have a sandbox ever. For example, I don't know. Let's just say,
Well, it's an
uh,
open world game with nothing new to it, basically.
yeah, like what was that last Tom Clancy game that not wasn't related to Rainbow Six?
It was not
Reckon
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint, yeah.
Yeah, also pretty hard fail.
Basically, you can take Reckon, you know how guns working, and uh, Breakpoint. I mean, you can take Breakpoint. You know how guns working. That doesn't work in Breakpoint, as I get. And it's Saints Row. It's same shallow experience when you must go from one point to another, do tedious tasks till you're going to be till game tell you, okay, you struggle enough, you can go and finish the game.
Yeah, the weird thing about Breakpoint was Wildlands is a pretty good and pretty fun game. I still need to continue it. It's huge, but it's a lot of fun. You have motorcycles, you have cars, you have helicopters. You can do a lot of crazy stuff. Um, it looks really awesome, and it's basically like the Division in the outdoors. And it wouldn't have been too hard to just take something like take Wildlands and put it somewhere else, which they kinda did with Breakpoint. The scenery and everything is pretty good. I mean, I played I think it was a closed beta or something like that. So I played the first hour or something, but uh, it just wasn't fun. I don't know. You could sniper everybody from far away, and I don't know. It was just not fun. It looked okay, but And then they decided to start with their bullshit passes that you could buy to unlock the weapons and everything. Basically, like in the Battlefield games where you buy the DLC that unlock all the weapons and stuff, you could do that there as well. It's a freaking single player game. You can play it co-op, but it's not like the Division that it is a multiplayer game that you can play as solo player. So, kind of weird. They kind of failed with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll return to Ubisoft a little bit later. So, back to Saints Row. And as far as people are saying, it's just a hollow shell of what Saints Row used to be. Bad writing, bad humor. I'm not saying that humor in Saints Row 2, 3, or 4 or Get Out of Hell was great, but it had characters.
Hmm.
It had the memorable characters that you for certainly know who he is or she is, what occupation of this girl. You know what to expect from them. Well, sometimes you don't know what expect from some of them. And
You could basically just interchange Saints Row with Borderlands 3 at this point. What you just described was as personally for me as if you were talking about Borderlands 3, which had exactly for me personally the same issues.
Funny enough, Mutahara, basically that ordinary guy, compared this Saints Row to Borderlands 3.
Uh huh. Yeah, I mean, Borderlands 3, yes, it's bigger, it looks better, it has more areas. Okay, yeah, okay, more of everything. Woohoo, yay. But what?
Funny enough, Saints Row 2022 doesn't look like a game from 2022. I know if we'll look at big release of the start of this year, Elden Ring, and look at this game, you can say that this game not from 2022, but not by not by quality of uh, graphics itself, but quality of the artwork, game way beyond 2022.
Hmm. Yeah, that's something that I read down here as well. When I read something like it may not push your new hardware to the limit. Yeah, so that was created with PlayStation 4 still in mind and the Xbox One. And that's something.
Funny enough, this remake was announced after release of Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5.
Hmm. Yeah, that's. I see that with a few games lately that they could be better if they would have been made for the actual generation of systems and not for old crap that nobody really needs or well it.
No, Saints Row wouldn't be saved if it had better graphics. It's just a cherry on the pie.
Yeah, I know, but at least then it at least would look good, you know. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
same we can say about every Call of Duty ever. At least it looks good.
yeah, you know, if you take an original recipe, but at least make it look better. If the substance is not changed, then make it at least look better to have an argument to say, yeah, it's the same game, but at least it looks better. Or the other way around. Well, it might look outdated, but it has new functions. You can do this. You have those possibilities. They're endless. Okay, also good. I mean, it's the same with Elden Ring. Elden Ring, for if you know from software games, it looks amazing. It looks definitely the best compared to the other games. Um,
Oh yeah. One thing about your idea to play Dark Souls 3 after well, stuff that happening that annoy you in Elden Ring, it's going to be 10 times worse in Dark Souls 3.
Oh, I'm aware of that, and you have no ashes that you can call for help.
Yep. Well, bosses not as hard as Elden Ring bosses, but you still, let's just say that upgrading your character in Dark Souls 3 much harder than in Elden Ring.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's completely limited on where you can go. So it's if you struggle in one area, you will struggle there for a long time because there is no other way to go basically.
You still can get lost and skip a couple of bosses.
Yeah, I know that. But
Dark Souls 3 a little bit more linear with dead ends. Basically, when you hit dead end, you should return to couple of area backs and try to find another way.
yeah, but I still have to finish Elden Ring. I didn't continue with that anymore, so I definitely have to do that. And yeah, afterwards I am gonna try at least Dark Souls 3 again. I went through my Xbox library and was reminded of the Dark Souls series again because that's where I have Dark Souls 1. I don't have Dark Souls 1 in Steam. I have it on the Xbox. So old school, old school, and that's where I played it. So yeah, I do have 2 hours or 3 hours or so on the Xbox.
Whole 2 hours? Wow.
Yeah, I went past that first boss basically, the dude in that smaller area with the pots around him and stuff.
Basically, we finished the tutorial.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I tried it, but nah. It was already outdated for Xbox 360 times, in my opinion.
I know what you're talking about.
So yeah. Anyway, talking about Deep Silver, apparently Dead Island 2 has a release date now. It's supposed to come next year in, I think it was February. I still don't believe it because, well, that thing is basically in development since 2015 or even 2014. But officially since 2015. And I think it's the third developer they have now. Who's yeah, that's where they now have a release. They changed in 2018 or 19. So yeah, the actual developer is already also working on it for a few years. It looks pretty good. I mean, I completely lost interest in that we'll get it on sale or something like that. And I don't remember what developer is working on it now and what they did before. It does look good. It looks just as you would expect it to look. Looks a bit more like Dying Light when it comes to the graphics, which is from Techland, the original Dead Island developer. They put a lot of time in the dismember system, so any injury or whatever you do to the zombies is procedurally generated and took the longest time to take care of. So the gore is unique all the time, basically, depending on where you hit, how you hit, and it's not predefined or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, we will see about that.
Yeah, speaking about games that are in development hell, Bloodline 2 still doesn't have a new developer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Because it looks so good and promising what they already had. But yeah, when I remember back the development times of Duke Nukem Forever, the first few trailers and stuff they showed in the old engine that they started with were freaking awesome. You had a huge monster, tentacles, alien that were inside soldiers and kind of came out like an alien and stuff like that. It was freaking awesome. And then they switched the engine like 3 or 4 times and started completely new. So Dead Island 2, as far as I know, is completely reworked from scratch. So they didn't take what they had, they started completely new, as I understood it. And the funny part is, it's called Dead Island, but it plays in Los Angeles. And I wouldn't call America an island.
Yeah, I may be not great with my geography, but I can call North America an island.
Yeah, no, not exactly. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. A
yeah.
little bit harder.
I mean, I don't mind LA as the spot where everything happens, but well, it kind of goes against the title of Dead Island a little bit.
Well, same with Resident Evil, but with Resident Evil as a title, we can blame Western localization team, because the original game name is Biohazard.
Yeah, which is.
And when it comes to Resident Evil 2, 3, and so on, Biohazard makes sense, while Resident Evil not so much.
Yeah, well, biohazard is normally used in relation to atomic waste.
Not only
Yeah,
every.
okay, no, it's not. Yeah, no, forget about it. Yeah.
Virus is also biohazardous material.
Yeah, everything that can harm people, basically. Yeah, well, Resident Evil. There is a mod, a VR mod for Resident Evil 7 out. Maybe I give it another shot. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but
you can try it with Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, I can say, is a great game, while Resident Evil 5.
Nah, I mean,
sure about future.
Yeah, it's
Resident Evil 8. I'm not sure about the future of franchise with that game.
yeah, it's that mod is for 7, and it was supposed to be in VR on the PC, and then they scrapped it. So, but I think from what I heard, it's even better than what they had on the PlayStation, because the VR Resident Evil version, you could only see your forearms and your hands, so not your whole arm and not your whole body. But in the mod is based on the single player game, on the regular game, and in the regular game you can see your full body. So when you look down, you have legs and everything.
So basically, you ain't just floating arms.
On the PlayStation, yes, there were floating arms, and now you have a real body. So now it's a full body VR experience. But I played the first hour and a half or something like that, and I got to a point where I didn't know what to do in that situation, and I was attacked from the front and from the back while being in between two cabinets or something. So there was no way for me to get out, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And what pissed me off the most about the game, you run around for a long time having a pistol and more than one magazine in your freaking inventory, while you get chased by an idiot, by your girlfriend who cuts off your freaking arm and shit like that, while having a freaking pistol with you. What the fuck? Same with those guys that attacked me. I was like, let me use my pistol, damn it. What happened? So yeah, no, it looks great. The atmosphere and the graphics were amazing when I played it in the demo already, which I couldn't continue because it had a bug related to AMD processors. But great looking game, but
I'm going to tell something completely unexpected. Capcom still didn't learn how to make their games work without a problem with AMD stuff.
Yeah, surprise. It was related um, to a function that is, well, I used an older processor back then, and that processor didn't support, I don't know, some Intel functions, and or it's also functioning in the newer CPUs, but mine didn't have it, so I could play it exactly 45 minutes, or until one spot you have to go through water and duck below a bar top of you and get out of the water at the end. Open that door. The moment I opened that door, it crashed. It was every time exactly the same spot. And then
I think I know the place what you're talking about. I think after this door, you should be triggered a cutscene.
yeah, something was about to load, and that used the function that, yeah, it was, yeah, it could be a cutscene and encoding on the CPU or something like that. So yeah, tried it several times until then, but damn.
Speaking of Resident Evil, Resident Evil on Netflix won't get a second season.
Yeah, they kinda failed with it. They had really awesome marketing. Do you know that big screen that you sometimes have?
Yeah, I saw the marketing. I saw how people filmed this marketing.
Yeah, I mean, with a franchise that huge, with fans all over the world, and I don't know, like 10 games out, and so much lore.
Definitely a lot more.
Yeah, so much lore and stuff to take out of. How hard is it to fail with that franchise? Seriously.
All you need to do is write a fan fiction about teenage girls.
I mean, the movies with Mila Jovovich, they were successes, and they were already not that true to the yeah, I don't know. And they
If
also,
you're talking about success of first movie adaptation, I would say that Resident Evil 1 and 2 is kind of enjoyable. And on the third movie, everybody who know what Resident Evil, well, I mean games based, this movie based on. Everybody who like games don't like movies from the third till the end.
yeah, it became more and more like Resident Evil 5. Like in that one movie, they were in the desert fighting and shit like that.
Yeah, and it's in the third movie.
Was it the third?
But after the fourth movie, it gets so freaking complicated that you just.
Yeah, they had some scenes in it which were pretty cool actually. I think I watched them all. They had some nice choreography in it and stuff, but
Yeah, okay. They had it.
As a whole, well, you shouldn't expect it to be true to Resident Evil. If you just see it as a zombie action movie related around the main female character, because that's basically what it is. It should have gotten another title. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's a bit like,
My name is Alice.
it's a bit like Tomb Raider in the Resident Evil universe. That's kind of how it feels. She also has two guns and stuff. It's basically similar. They just took Tomb Raider and slapped freaking Resident Evil on it. So, what is working? Female that looks good, guns, zombies, Tomb Raider, and Resident Evil. Okay, let's mix that together, make a movie. That's how the brainstorm went. Exactly like that. What works? Yeah, so.
Well, No, again, to be fair, after Welcome to Raccoon City released, people, specifically fans of the game, looked at first two movies and declared that those two movies are okay compared to the rest of the franchise.
You know,
and when new Netflix series was released, people was like, okay, maybe whole Anderson franchise was a lot better than we think. So
and that
it's still dog shit, but okay.
and that's really sad. I mean, if you get compared with a movie series that is already not that good, and you're worse than that, oh, woo. Okay, I mean, you definitely failed. But how hard is it to just take the first game, just take the game and just film that in real? Where's there's enough content to make a full movie out of it.
Let's take a screenplay that Romero wrote and read it. It's basically scene by scene recreation of events from the first game.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
Capcom didn't like it for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, who knows?
Again, even knowing that fans of the games didn't like movies from Paul Anderson, Capcom still hired him to make Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah.
And that flopped as well.
Yeah, I still didn't see that one.
I mean, it flopped. Not as well.
I completely forgot about that. There was a movie about it. Because I saw the trailer and I was like, how is that related to the game?
Monster Hunter World still have permanent event related to this movie. First it was timed, now it's permanent.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, really? It's... yeah, I don't know. I did see the new okay, it's not directly related to a game, but it kind of could work. I watched Prey, the new Predator movie, which is basically a 1-to-1 remake of the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Seriously, it is basically a 1-by-1 scene remake of that movie. If you saw the original movie and you watched the new one, at least that's how I felt. I was like, huh, okay, I saw that before, but with Arnold. And I don't want to talk too much about it and spoiler stuff about it, but one scene was so close to the original. I don't know. It's not a bad movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a pretty fun movie. Completely unrealistic. Even more unrealistic than the one with Arnold. But it kind of reminded me of the original Prey game. Because you play an Indian in Prey the movie, it's an Indian girl, so it's a lot related to to spirits and the hunt and growing up and stuff like that, getting better and becoming a leader and stuff like that. So, but yeah, also
well, basically they took two cultures that have kind of same-ish view at the hunt and put them together.
Yeah, and in Prey the game, you also have an alien race that you're fighting. You're fighting a lot on their ships and stuff like that. The Spirit Walk, okay, that's nothing that's in the Terminator movie. But the Terminator himself basically has something like a Spirit Walk when he uses his view, since he's not. I don't know if they can How does a Terminator without his mask actually look? Oh, I don't know if they ever showed his view.
Metal face.
No, not how he looks face-like, but how he sees things. Because normally they have the helmet on, and then they have that heat view.
Oh, you mean Predator?
Predator, yeah. Oh, I said Terminator. No, Predator. Sorry, Predator.
I think they showed it in the second movie or something like that, or even in the first movie when he took his helmet, they showed his vision.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't.
that was the thing.
I don't.
I don't remember the movie where it was, but I don't think that it was in Alien vs Predator.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't remember if you can see how he can see, but yeah, they do a lot of stuff different to the original, which is kind of weird when you know the original because, eh,
Well, it still ain't a remake of original movie.
yeah, but it's
It just happened to be similar to original movie.
yeah, well, yeah, it is very similar, very similar. But it's not a bad movie. So if they take that as a reboot, well, they do have kind of links to the franchise with a gun that you know from the original movie already that you can see on the ship. You can see that gun in the movie as well. That Predator is using that already.
Older gun.
Yeah, it's like a flintlock pistol from a pirate or something like that.
Oh, from the second movie.
Now, was it from the second movie? Yeah, that can be from the second movie. Yeah. Oh yeah, he gives that to him at the end of the second movie as honor something because he basically won.
Honor trophy, basically.
Yeah, trophy. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, then they actually remade the first and the second in one movie. Spoiler alert. But it's not a bad movie. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Well, basically, if New Saints Row was a little bit like that movie Prey,
Mm.
this Saints Row might have been at least enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot say too much about Saints Row. I only played it for a bit and I didn't really enjoy what I could play, so
Yeah, I get what you're talking about. For me, Saints Row was a good
it's an over the top comic book
cautious.
GTA for me.
Yeah, basically. For me, Saints Row was good.
Well, it's better than nothing if you have nothing to play.
Good replacement for wacky stuff that was taken out from GTA in GTA 4 and GTA 5.
Mm.
So basically, in Saints Row, I got what I was missing in your GTAs.
Mm. Oh, that isn't there already a controversy about GTA 5, GTA 6?
Yep.
About woke. It's a woke game.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar really woke.
Yeah, why?
Let's just say that stuff that was written for Red Dead Redemption 2, it's out of place in 20th century. Oh, in the end of the 19th century, start of 20th.
Yeah.
You definitely can see that the story was written by the people of our day and age because they int- interpreted some events, some stuff by modern perspective, not
Mm,
taking into perspective how it was back then.
mm.
basically, if it bad right now, it was bad back then, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, so they basically show females having the same right back in the day. Homosexuality and stuff was totally fine back then, and
I
uh,
I can't say about homosexuality because I don't think that I saw any any stuff like that.
no,
But I
just
saw
as an example.
in the end of the 19th century.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, back then, female didn't had those rights they have today.
Yeah,
It's just
female wasn't even supposed to wear the pants back then.
yeah.
If she's wearing a pants, then she's abnormal basically, and she should be outcast from the society.
Yeah, stuff like that. So and I just saw something about a priest who was like, if your woman wears pants, throw them out. Women don't have to wear pants. I wouldn't ever let my woman out of the house with wearing pants and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah,
like, holy shit, what the fuck are you?
women that used to work in mines, they still were supposed to wear skirts,
Hmm.
even though pants were much more utilitarian than skirts. They wore skirts because they were supposed to wear skirts.
Yeah, I mean, those were just the rules back then, and females were normally at home caring for the kids, and the dude was doing the work and said what's happening at home and stuff like that. You might not like it today, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it's history. It's not like we are trying to do it again. We know that it is wrong
You're
today.
trying to write a historical novel, basically.
Yeah.
It would be like basically there is an anecdote. Reconstruction of fight between give me a sec. 30th century reconstruction of fight between German and Russia. Basically, reconstructors from German side gathering around basically everything: infantry, military tanks, APC, all that stuff, and one of the reconstructors driving Panzer with T-34 gun.
Mm,
His people around him asking why. He's like same region.
mm.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah,
Who cares?
it makes no sense. It's like making a game from, I don't know, that plays in the Dark Ages, and not have some witch burnt on a stake or something like that. I mean,
I would say basically like having game set in Dark Ages, and in Dark Ages Plague Doctor would be like it's your body, you have a choice, you can make an abortion.
yeah, that and like for the Black Plague, we have a vaccine. You can get
Yeah,
vaccinated. If you don't, I mean, you might. And yeah, you know.
same shit basically. We're taking something that was invented way back in the future and putting way back in the past.
Yeah, and you definitely would have some kind of female president or prime minister in a game playing in the Dark Ages, because I mean, we know history, right? I mean,
In Dark Ages,
females had the
yeah,
same
in Dark
rights.
Ages,
I mean,
it was highly doubtful. in middle age a little bit, maybe ish, but only if woman inherited this land. But she wouldn't be like a prime minister or president or something. She would be your lord.
Yeah, but if you
And no matter what you think about her, she's your lord.
yeah, just let's make it politically correct. That's all totally fine. A gay king who is married to his longtime friend, and everybody's fine with it. Nobody witches get promoted to be health ministers and stuff like that. It's completely fine. Let's make it politically correct. Yeah, it's I don't know. Now I kind of want to continue, and I should continue that because it looks pretty nice. Far Cry Primal. Now I'm kind of curious how they do that. How is the behavior between males and females in Far Cry Primal?
I forgot that Far Cry Primal was even a thing.
Yeah, me too. I just thought about the Stone Age and what supposedly or eventually happened back then.
Actually, if we're looking at primal age of human history, it was a little bit different. It wasn't as patriarch.
Yeah, it was more. I think it was more emancipated. I mean, everybody did.
We can say that it used to be who's strongest guy is our strongest person. Better warrior is our leader.
Yeah, survival of the fittest, basically.
Yeah, and if strongest warrior will help us to survive, to preserve our tribe, to save us from our neighbors who have also strong warriors who want to kill us or enslave us or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, we have better luck with this guy. But
yeah, but
basically, nobody owning any land, nobody owning any means of productions. Everybody living how they live. If you ain't working, you ain't going to eat. Basically, well, if you like elderly person and you basically elder elder that know stuff how we're supposed to survive, what we can eat and what we cannot eat. We ain't going to like be like we're going to feed you because you're going to share knowledge with us.
And the other thing was, first there wasn't really that much to do back then, but you did what you could do the best. So it was, I guess, pretty logical that the guys went out hunting, fighting with I don't know what animal they were hunting down, like saber-tooth and whatnot. And if there would have been a female, I don't know, like 1 meter 80 tall and huge like a guy, I don't think that the guys would have said, "Oh no, you're female, you have to stay at home and cook the meat." If a woman was more capable than a guy, I think everybody would have been fine back then because hey,
basically can look at primitive tribal societies that exist even right now. They have a trial to prove that you're already a person of age. If she can pass this trial, why not? She can be a hunter or warrior, whatever.
yeah, that's pretty much also how they show and depict it in Prey, the movie, because well, females were not supposed to be leaders or hunters or whatnot. Females were supposed to go and get seeds and plants and vegetables, take care of the kids and stuff. And the girl in Prey is the exact opposite. She's like, fuck you. I'm a hunter, goddammit. I mean,
well, you have a chance to prove that you're a hunter.
yeah, well, she kinda had no choice. She had to was a damn predator, so it's not like you're like, oh, dude, I'm not playing that game. No. You can do that. Play with the guys. I'm out of here. No. Predator is like, oh, you can move. I can kill you. It's like,
wait a second. In the first and the second Predator movie, Predators didn't kill people that didn't have any means of weaponry or something like that.
well, she does carry a weapon, and if you want to protect yourself, you also carry a weapon.
That's a fair game.
So, I mean, he's not like going into town and just killing the females and the kids and stuff and be like, oh, I'm the big hunter. No, they that's one of the codes of the Predator. They either need to attack you or something like that. They have to be a threat before you start hunting them. Otherwise, it's not honorable. Because, well, if it's not an enemy for you, and there is no fight or no power needed or whatever to win that fight, it's too boring for them, basically. Would be nice if society would be really like that. So not a 2 meter tall and 2 meter wide muscular guy goes and punches 1 meter 70 guys who are slim like a finger or something like that, you know.
If that 1 meter 70 is a master of some sort of martial art, he can stand a fight.
Well, yeah, that's different, but it's oftentimes the bully. Yeah. The bully is normally the taller one, the older one, depending on what area we're talking about. But and also back in the day, you were fighting with fists, and if somebody was on the ground, the fight was over. You won. You're the one standing, so you don't have to prove a point by killing somebody lying on the ground. So
yeah. Give me a sec. I need to think of something.
Do it. All right. Can I? Yeah. Don't have to show the Discord. Okay. I was showing something earlier to Lothar called the Centennial case, a Shijima story. And I read about it, and they were basically asking like, and for that they sold the Tomb Raider franchise or license. It's an FMV movie, so all live actors and stuff. And yeah, I just basically read the end of the review, and it was not pleasing. So developed and published by Square Enix in May already. It still has only 471 reviews.
I'm not on the stream.
Yeah, it was just your Discord showing with nothing. So okay. So yeah, and it's basically a super linear game. It's an interactive movie that is way too long, and you don't have any choices. So save yourself the $50.
This game was even released.
Yeah, me neither.
But then again, it's blocked in Russia.
It completely passed me as well. So, but hey, there's a 4K video pack. Why wouldn't you put it in the game already? I mean, it's a free DLC, but
I think it was made just to preserve space on people's hard drive.
Yeah, it's basically just explaining you how you activate it. So you cannot even get it through here. It's just basically telling you go to the library and activate it in the DLC. Why wouldn't you ask that in the setup? I just installed another game.
Why even have an entry for this DLC if you can't add it to your game from this?
You have to go to your library and manually do that shit. It's like, why? Normally, if you install a game like I don't know what was that game that I installed. I think was it Far Cry or something. I don't know. I installed a game and it basically gave you in the setup the option, yes, HD graphics pack. Basically almost doubling the size of the installation, but they ask you in setup, do you want to have it? Yes, no. And well, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird to do it like this. I mean, the whole DLCs for Ark, for example. I mean, if you have to go here, then go to your DLCs, manage your DLCs, then you have to activate or deactivate that. Yeah, but you buy them on the freaking store first, and then you know, okay, I just bought it or added it to my library, and it is in there, and well. Yeah, here you have even the free.
Too much questions, not enough answers.
Yeah, even the free DLC does have this button. Just put that button there. Because, well, if it's already part, and apparently the 4K pack is directly part already, it's not installed yet when you install the game, but it is part of the freaking installation and the base game already. So why do that like that? This is... Can I not go back to the store page now?
Square Enix might be a little bit incompetent.
A little bit?
Yeah, just a tiny little bit.
Talking about...
Like a lot.
Yeah, I mean... Babylon's Fail is still sold for $70.
The game is dead already.
It's dead.
Yeah.
It only has 266 reviews, and it's out for half a year. If your game doesn't have more than... If your game doesn't have 1,000 reviews in the first few weeks, it's a fail. I mean, on that level, on that AAA level from Square Enix, this game should have gotten 10 or 20,000 reviews in the first month. So they...
Is that price tagged?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's... it's just an absolute no-go. And then they have a crossover campaign with Nier Automata. Okay, that was in April already. And the deluxe edition costs 110 euros.
Holy mother!
I can, you know how much stuff I can buy to live off for a week or so from 110 bucks.
I'm not talking about this. Look at this.
Wait.
Oh boy, it was bad even in the second of the game existence, but right now...
Not even the... Wait, there's a demo? Not even the demo was... 1.2 average players in 30 days for a demo. Holy shit, and not one player for the base game. Oh my god.
Slight game might be better than that.
Holy shit. Is...
We need to call an autopsy report already.
Oh yeah, there's a demo. There's a demo. I didn't know there was a demo for it. Oh, I'm gonna try that out when there's a demo.
That's so pathetic.
That definitely is pathetic. Holy shit, that's... And let's see, that other game, I still don't remember the name. I always mix it up.
Oh yeah, I did remember something. You wanted to hear the difference between two pronunciation of N.
Where's that? Huh? Wait, here. This game, oh my god, this will fail so hard. Oh, did they push the release date? Wasn't the second release?
Yeah, they pushed it on the next year.
Right? That was supposed to be, what, November or December this year, right?
Yep. I think it was supposed to be September or something like that.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. 80, I mean, there's not one game, I don't know one base game on the PC that costs $80. From nobody. Not one developer had the balls to ask $80. I told you about the currency conversion that I still do in my head from before the euro.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 160 Deutschmarks, which back in the day was enough. Okay, these days not anymore, but back in the day that would have been enough to fill one freaking shopping cart to the edge, to the top, full of stuff, and also in the bottom have a few packages of stuff to drink, because that's how much my friend paid back in the day when he had no car and I helped him go shopping. He was going, he did shopping for basically 2 to 4 weeks. So yeah. And that's basically the equivalent in a game price tag. And let's not forget, this is not like it's a super known series or something people know about or know the history, the lore, or whatever. It's
even if it would be Final Fantasy, fuck that price.
Yeah, but at least you could justify it with, hey, it's an old series, and you know, you have something where you can base it on. People have some kind of an expectation or some kind of a knowledge about the story and everything. This game looks interesting and good, and I wouldn't mind getting it, but for $80, fuck no, this will tank so hard, because the only people who will play that are those streamers who have enough viewers and who kiss Square Enix's butt, because that's what you sometimes have to do in a few on a few of those review key pages. If you can get games like this, you normally have to thank Square Enix every 45 to 60 minutes for providing you with that awesome key, and they're a great company, and thank you for the support, and bend over a little bit more. You know?
Basically, this is so pathetic for Square Enix.
Yeah, I mean, it's $80. Come on! It's not even like they say, okay, you know, there's a VR version, there's this, there's that. No, it's a single player game. It's not even co-op. It's a pure single player game, which I don't mind. Oh yeah. That just shows how stupid Square Enix is.
Oh, it was supposed to be in May this
Yes, they keep a trailer online and don't fucking take out this year. Wow. That just shows how much they care. They don't give a fuck. That takes like...
You know, I think after Babylon's Fall flop, they in a silent panic mode.
Yeah.
Because Babylon's Fall failed, that game that you showed not that long ago,
the Centennial thingy failed.
Yeah, this one going to fail as well.
Everything they touch lately or release fails hard. And yeah.
Final Fantasy VII second part ain't even close to be released.
Oh, one single game saved their ass this year, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a really, really good game.
Oh yeah, they did release it. Okay.
I mean, they tanked Avatars last year, but if Guardians wouldn't have been a success, and I think it was a success because it is really a good game of a series that people love and enjoy in the movies. They did a really, really great job. I really don't like to praise Square Enix for anything, but that's the best game they released for a long time. Since Tomb Raider, the best game.
They released this game. They didn't made this game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this game will also not be made by Square Enix, but published by them.
Well, Babylon's Fall also was made by... what was that?
But the developer doesn't have their own page, so they might be a Square Enix studio.
Maybe it's just a small studio that Square Enix.
Yeah, but
oh yeah, Babylon's Fall was made by Platinum Games.
yeah.
So Babylon's Fall, it's not only flop for Square Enix, it's a great flop for Platinum Games.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They definitely... I mean, the question is, who made the stupid decisions while it was in development? Because Square Enix is named as a developer as well. So...
When we talk, allegedly, Platinum Games wanted to make a MMO RPG.
I mean,
allegedly. We don't know that for sure, but allegedly.
The game itself could have been... I mean, I'm gonna play the demo for sure. But the main problem the game has, it feels like a free-to-play title with microtransactions, but you pay 70 freaking euros, which is 20 euros more than another AAA title that's $50. So
70 euros too much for something that feels like F2P game.
Yeah, that's it. If they would have released it as a free-to-play game with microtransactions, it might have become a hit. But what they basically did, they did another Anthem. This is basically what they did with Anthem back in the day. It was the same. It was a good-looking but bare-bone game with no substance. And
I wouldn't call it an Anthem because Platinum Games had successful titles, unlike BioWare at the time.
Well, Platinum did Nier Automata, so they can do games. It's
yeah.
It's an old school developer who do know how to make games. Bayonetta, I just installed it a few days ago. But they definitely shot themselves in the foot with Babylon. But again, the question is how much influence had Square Enix since they're named as the developer as well.
Yeah, I'd say too much for the for games good.
Yeah, definitely. Time Shift, yeah, I remember that game.
I just send you the picture how Activision sale looking for me.
Oh, that's all you can get?
Yep.
Where's it?
Polish shooter.
On Steam. That's on Steam, right?
Yep.
Wow, ouch. And it's not even a good game. Oh, fuck me. Oh, you can get the Activision collection for 350 euros. Wow, that's a steal. Not.
It used to be a little bit less that.
Wait a second.
It used to cost a little bit less because.
Oh, yeah.
They got much more games into this collection now.
850 euros regular price.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got the Square Enix collection on Steam. I have most Square Enix games up until a few years ago. And then they ripped me off and I was talking to them and I was like, hey, guys, I'm one of those who buy your freaking collection on Steam and you're ripping me off because of 5 freaking euros. And they did, so they can go fuck themselves and go to hell if they believe in that shit. So they deserve all the freaking fails they get lately, 100%. I laugh and I'm happy with every fail they get because one day there will be no Square Enix anymore. They're just slowly killing themselves. That's also, I think, with all the fails lately, that's the reason why they sold the Tomb Raider license. That's the only, that and Guardians of the Galaxy were the only things that brought them money. The rest were all were all million fails.
If we're talking about Tomb Raider, then Tomb Raider didn't meet their expectations.
Nah, they sold the series because they needed the money. That's that's how I see it. Are they still named there? Oh, they're still named there. Oh, okay.
Probably because
they were the publisher.
This game was published by them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought they might have the new one there as well now.
I doubt it. I think that Square Enix will be on those 3 games for the rest of their lives.
But yeah, that used to be what brought them money. But nah, Square Enix is done. It's over. And since they don't have Lara Croft anymore, they kinda want or kinda need something new. Which is, I already forgot the name again. Is it Forspoken? No, that's another game.
Forspoken.
It's Forspoken. Anyway, yeah, and I think they might want to establish a new kind of franchise like Tomb Raider. I don't see that happening, but yeah, I see everything, but I don't see. I don't think that I will see what's the name? Time Shift. Time Shift is not in German Steam anymore, I think, or not in Germany or something.
Zork? Activision released Zork?
Yeah, I guess. Nah, Time Shift is not in German Steam.
So yeah, I'm blessed with only this one game.
Yeah. Yeah, Sekiro is also a game that I need to continue. But anyway, yes, Square Enix.
I can't even buy it. I can see it, but I can't buy it.
What, Sekiro?
No, Time Shift.
Ah, okay. Womp womp.
Yep.
Yeah, that's also so much doesn't make sense lately. I don't know. It's but yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
So about stuff that I still remember, but you might be forgotten. Remember the game Scorn?
Yeah.
You were struggling with pronouncing the name of one of the authors that used to be an inspiration for graphic design.
Oh yeah, the what was it? The
Polish guy.
Polish, yeah, the Polish one. Yeah.
Zdzisław Wilksinski.
Yeah, nah, I don't even try.
You also asked what the difference between soft and not soft. Well, easy. N.
Yeah, but that some names are just really hardcore. But Scorn, yeah, I'm the developer actually replied and liked a few of my tweets, which I really enjoyed. That was pretty cool. I'm still pissed that I missed the Kickstarter back in the day. In one way, I'm pissed that I missed it, and in another way, I'm kind of happy because people pledged $50, I think, or so for the key, and
I can buy it
since Microsoft is involved now. It's part of Game Pass. They actually are responsible for the price drop. So because of Microsoft, it costs $40 now and not $50. So the people could have gotten a refund. Otherwise, well, they paid more for the game and get less. So some people are kind of pissed about the Kickstarter of Scorn, which I can understand, but it's not like Shenmue 3, which offered a Steam key, and then they were like, oh, we're going Epic exclusive. You can get an Epic key, but not a Steam key anymore. If you don't want that, well, get a refund. And wow. It's a...
And then Epic made all of the refunds instead of the developer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, as far as I know, it's a pretty huge fail, and it's...
Shenmue 3 fail for the franchise as well, because it still ended on a cliffhanger.
I just wanted to say it. It was supposed to continue the second one and finish it. No, they just stretched it even more. And I mean, that guy is 63 or something like that now. There's actually about him report in the magazine that I read, that I just bought a few days ago. So it's like, I didn't read it fully, but
basically we can have the situation like with Berserker.
Yeah, the problem is when people at a certain age don't finish something like a movie series, a game series, or whatnot, there will never be an original ending to it. Even if somebody ends it one day, it will never be what the original creator intended it to be. So, and I don't think, since it was not a success, I don't see Shenmue happening anytime soon. And that...
Yeah, I doubt that either Epic or Sony would like to give money to them anymore.
Well, Sony had to push in tons of money, and well, I don't...
And Epic as well.
I don't think...
Epic also did refunds. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for exclusivity and stuff. But yeah, I don't see part 4. And interesting,
interesting enough, he said that he wants to make part 4 and part 5 as well.
Yeah, so if there will be a 4th part, it will not end again. It will be a cliffhanger again. So yeah, it's just bullshit. Then you should make the game... You should make the game way too big with the whole content, and then at one point just say, okay, we cut it off here, take a break of 6 months after release, and then release it again. Just like they did with Final Fantasy, basically. I mean, they didn't finish it and then sold it in parts, but they took one game...
Final Fantasy is still not finished.
Oh god.
They didn't release second part yet.
Oh, okay. It kind of reminds me, and that's one reason why I don't like episodic games and shit like that. Sin Reloaded was supposed to be an episodic game as well. We got one episode and then it ended. So that's where we are with the Sin series. Still waiting on the remaster as well. Although Night Dive just did something... it's not that new, but they remastered Blade Runner, the adventure game. And that's a really... that must...
You're talking about that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
That must be a really, really shit remaster. And normally, Night Dive is known, at least the last few years, known to make really, really good remasters and remakes of games. But this apparently is total garbage. And there's still not a new update since July. The game is still has a shit ton of bugs, and less than 200 people wrote reviews, so that's a huge fail. But yeah, Night Dive normally is known for making pretty good remakes and remasters and stuff, so...
Yeah, just look at Blood, for example.
Yeah,
System Shock 1 as well.
Yeah, some of those games. And, well, we're still waiting on System Shock Remaster. But yeah. There's also planned Kingpin. I think I might not even see that in the store because...
Oh, Life of Crime. I do remember this game. In Russia, this game was a bit have a bit of a cult status, but it's not because of It's not because of the game. It's because of how it was translated in here.
Oh, okay. That bad?
No, it was actually that good.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, the original game is not allowed to be sold in Germany, or it's not promoted. It's one of those games that's on the index, on that list of censored games or games that are not allowed to be promoted. And kind of curious if I will see that. I do have it. I do have the original. And what I really liked back then in the game was the whole hip-hop style, the whole hip-hop songs and stuff in the game, which the soundtrack is really awesome. Oh, coming 2020. Oh. Holy fuck, seriously? How? Oh, that's not even... Wait, that's not Night Dive. Oh, that's not even Night... I thought that's coming from Night Dive as well, because they are related to Sin Reloaded. Oh, so that's coming from 3D Realms and Interplay themselves. Okay. The original developers as far as I remember.
I think 3D Realms and Interplay just as publisher, because we have as developer that.
Yeah, it's Slipgate Ironworks. Okay. Yeah, it does still look like the original. So it's not like using completely new engine and stuff like that. It's basically... Well, then I should call it remaster. Because, well, Reloaded is more like...
engine is something scary.
Graven. Yeah, that's also a game that I wanted to get. Oh, they made... Wait, did they made... They made Ghost Runner. Ah. It's 3 developers. Who made it then? God damn it. Make up your goddamn mind. What game is that? Huh?
Oh, I know this game.
You do?
Let's just say that it's a failed attempt of bringing Shelly into the big boys world. It's before Iron Fury.
Ah, is that the same character?
Yep, that's Shelly.
I see. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still need to play Iron Fury. I see. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on lately. Oh, a few. Was it Ubisoft? I think Ubisoft decided to drop support for Windows 7 finally. So it's not gonna officially be supported. The Uplay or Ubisoft Connect client is not supported in Windows 7, when I remember that right. Finally, developers stopped dropping that operating system, and some in the forums were like, but pretty much everybody supports it. Nope. Was it Capcom dropped it not too long ago? Konami, I think, dropped it for...
Yeah, Capcom dropped it not so long ago with modern patches for all modern Resident Evil games.
The thing is, I do understand that they changed requirements now, but a few games, I think, are not even working anymore with Windows 7, which is shit. Because, well, you bought it.
We can look at Capcom, and they actually made it accessible through beta program.
Okay.
So you still can download old games how they used to be before modern patches.
But to be honest, seriously, Windows 7 is not supported for 2 years already. And Windows 8 is getting dropped next year in January. So it will have extended support, but the official support for Windows 8 ends next year in January. So that's also over. And I don't understand why people still use Windows 7 over Windows 8. Windows 8 was a really good operating system compared to Windows 7. Much less resource hungry, stable, everything worked, and I don't understand why people are still using Windows 7. It's a 20-year-old operating system.
Basically, the biggest problem with Windows 8 was an initial release of Windows 8 when Microsoft pushed the system as tablet system.
A lot of people say, oh yeah, it was mainly because of that user interface. I never ever saw the freaking Metro overview. It always, since basically since day one, it always went into the desktop mode.
Because the problem is Microsoft pushed that view.
Yeah, but
hey, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, but it didn't take long, and even Windows 8.1 was by default going into desktop mode, when I remember right. So, I mean, Windows 7 was already introducing Metro, so it's not like Windows 8 was completely new when it comes to that. So,
this Windows 8, we can say that Microsoft did a lot of bad decisions during its promotional campaign.
Yeah, well, they had it was still the time when they acquired Nokia, and they were still in the phone business and stuff like that. So I do see where they wanted to go with it, and it might have been a better idea today, where everybody is so used to their phones and stuff more than it was back then. So
if I remember, Microsoft kind of have this idea, but just with OneDrive right now.
yeah, well, still Windows 8.1 was the most stable Windows I ever used, and I used every single one from 3.1 upwards. So it was never a more stable and better performing Windows than 8.1. It took over 2 years to get my first blue screen in Windows 8.1. It took literally 45 minutes after I installed Windows 10 the very first time to get my first blue screen. And it was not the last.
After I installed Windows 10 for the first time, it installed incorrectly. I was forced to reinstall it right, the second I launched the system, so that more than half features ain't accessible.
Yeah, that's... I mean, these days I wait. Windows 11 will not get on any of my systems until I need it. Seriously, I didn't...
I can't even install Windows 11. Microsoft saying, hey, your system is too old for that.
There are workarounds for that. But no, I wouldn't... I didn't want it to have Windows 10, but at this point you need it because some games require it, some programs require it. Okay, I get it. It runs fine now, and I'm okay with Windows 10.
I'm still not a fan of the interface of everything crammed together in the middle.
In Windows 11?
Yep.
You can change that?
Nope.
Yes.
They took away this feature.
It's a taskbar feature. You should still be able to change it.
I do remember that there was a news that they take away this feature.
Well, then there will be a workaround. Otherwise, I'm not gonna touch that bullshit. I don't need...
Maybe there is a workaround, but as far as I know, all Windows 11 machines that I saw have it in the middle.
Nah. I mean, for me personally, and I think for 99.9% of the people, they want the taskbar to work as it works for the last 30 years or so. Because, or let's say 20 plus years. We have our menu on the left side, and we have all the running programs in the bottom active. And if I have my programs or my start button in the middle, other programs on the left are on the right. It doesn't make any sense from a usability point of view. Placing...
It still still on the on the right from Windows icon, but right now it's all in the middle instead of left corner.
And what do you have in the taskbar on the left side then?
Hotbar for news.
The shortcuts or something? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for me personally. It's like
basically you have the same notification bar as right now on the right side, but on the left side, and it's not notifications but news.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like having a book start with the very first chapter. So you turn the outside, you open the book basically, and there's not like it's like a blank page and then a page with the title of the book and the author and when it was printed, and then you turn around and stuff like that. No, that's basically like opening a book. It starts directly with the freaking chapter 1, and in the middle you have the whole freaking list of chapters and the pages to it, and who printed the book and what edition it is. That's all in the middle, just center of the book. If you want to know where to find something, like in an encyclopedia or something like that, you have to go in the middle, because it's just logic. You open a book in the middle, and then you can read. Okay. So I have to go from here. I have to go to that page. Okay, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like using your mouse.
It's like a redesign of a new start bar. They redesigned this shit so it look more like iOS.
Okay. Yeah, but it's. I knew that it is bullshit when they said Windows 10 will be the last full released Windows. I mean, come on, let's be real. It's never gonna change.
I knew that it was bullshit as well, but I didn't expect that they're going to sell us Macs.
Yeah, some functions. Well, the thing is, Apple and Microsoft worked closely together back in the day of Windows and the first Mac operating system.
Yeah, I know that.
So they kinda copied each other a little bit. The one side the one side took stuff from here, and Microsoft even released what was it? I think it was Word or something for Apple machines. They released software for Apple. So it's so weird. It's like, it kind of reminds me of Sony and Nintendo working on that Sony Nintendo Station. The
PlayStation. It was called PlayStation as well.
Was it PlayStation?
Yeah. Add-on for Nintendo 64 was supposed to be named PlayStation.
I know there's a prototype of that original machine, the Nintendo with the disk drive and stuff. But I don't remember it being called PlayStation already. I think it was similar, but that name was.
I don't know. I heard that it was named PlayStation, and Sony was like, "Oh, you're gonna back out of this deal, so we're gonna delete this spacebar between those two words, and we're going to release it anyway."
Yeah, and we keep the disk and you do what you want. But yeah, they kind of work together on something, and then they made their own thing, but both use things that kind of came up in their work together. So in the end, Nintendo obviously had to use discs at one point, and PlayStation took the analog stick. So yeah, I mean,
not one but two.
Yeah, well, they added a second one.
That was a good idea, by the way.
The first Nintendo was the first introducing the analog stick and real 3D gaming. It was Nintendo. It was not Sony.
Yeah.
So
3D movement, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, funny. Yeah, so we did get over 1.5 hours. And we did talk about a shit ton of stuff again. As so often. But yeah, next... I think we can get to an end. And yeah, next time we're gonna talk about that YouTube dude thinking it's a good idea to accuse us or our group of wrongdoings. And
I already forgot what this video all about. So for me, it's basically going to be first reaction.
I still kind of remember it pretty well. The thing is...
Well, I know, I do remember basic points. I don't remember what he talked about, basically.
The thing is, he's a lawsuit happy guy who goes around suing people using his videos or a logo while they're talking about him and stuff like that.
I have a slight suspicion that he would have problem with suing me specifically.
Well, he also has a problem suing me since I'm in Germany and he would have to sue me here in Germany. That's something that Digital Homicides back then also didn't manage, so...
Same here. Good luck him with getting here.
And I'm still kind of annoyed. I wanted to have the paper here. Because I can afford a lawyer. I know a VIP lawyer who basically got Kim.com off jail time here in Germany. So he was facing 10 years or so and he got him out without any jail time. So, and I know that guy. So I don't care. Bring it. Come on, lawsuit. Yeah, bring it. You want to sue me? Yeah, sure, bring it. But make sure that you didn't do some bullshit. And that dude we are talking about is basically accusing us of a crime. And if I had too much money, I could go and sue him in the United States. And I had big and good chances to win, actually. Not like he, who doesn't win his lawsuits.
He already made 6 hours video about him losing to Sid and company.
I didn't watch that yet.
I'm not going to watch that 6-hour video either. I have much better time to do than spend 6 hours of my life doing that. I can spit at the ceiling, for example.
Yeah, maybe if you have problems going to the toilet, that might help to watch it while taking a dump or so. so crappy toilet video, you know. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, okay, come, let's watch that. Oh my god, is that some shit? Oh, yeah, it works. Hey, woohoo! Like a laxative, you know. It's like, oh, you just hit play and oh god damn it, I have to go now. Okay, it's like the perfect. Oh yeah, hey Omega.
Next time.
Welcome. Yeah, I saw that you wrote, but if I check Discord now, it shows the Discord.
Hi, Omega.
And not. Oh, that's actually. That's kind of weird. I don't have that active in this scene collection for some reason. I don't know why I don't have that in here. But yeah, farts are not working here. But can I manually? Oh yeah, I have new stuff here. Oh, I need to change those points. They might be a bit too high. Let me see if that works. Ah, no, I don't have the alert in here. Yeah, I have something new that I use. You can use new commands that runs through a new service called Blurb, and there's stuff in it like emotional damage. You know that one bit.
Oh yeah. Now I get what you're talking about.
And yeah, that's the thing is. The way I have to do the podcast is completely different than the way I do my other streams. Most of the stuff runs actually on my PC, on my game PC. stuff like the overlay for the start and for the end, that is all running on my stream PC. So is my camera and my mic. Lothar actually hears me through this mic. The stream hears me through this mic. So the alerts are kind of split all over the place. And yeah, some stuff is just not in that podcast scene. Since most alerts are working through my stream PC. So yeah, some stuff that I have to optimize a little bit. But I do have it on my stream PC when I stream regularly. So if you want to try that again later, then do that. But let me see what you sent me. But yeah, we are gonna do that stream about that video next time. And wasn't. Oh, because it showed me.
Oh, you got India and.
Oh, you received a call from a Microsoft member saying there's a virus on your computer. You think he will remember? You should be able to hear again in an hour or so. Okay. Wait, let me see. You started the fire alarm and put the microphone to the mobile right next to it. I can read that, right? You write it anyway. Okay. I heard a guy screaming, "What?" Then a few things in Indian language and in English. At some point, he said, "I don't hear anything." Scammer will learn not to call me. Awesome. Oh, I saw a video on on YouTube. There are several guys doing scam paybacks, like yeah, I don't know all the names. One guy is called Chris Brown, I think, or something like that. And anyway, they put all those anti-scammers together in one room. Super sophisticated workstations and workplaces with 3 monitors and whatnot. Super high tech. All fake shit. Everybody was basically using all virtual machines. So they had bank accounts, socials, all that kind of stuff faked in the virtual systems. So they could transfer money, they could receive money, and that was all done fake. And they intercepted scam callers and also went as far as contacting those who got scammed and told them, hey, we were listening in because we are hacked into that hotline and don't pay. We're saving you here a lot of money. And they did that for several hours and basically made a hotline to scam the scam hotlines. Hilarious. I have to continue to watch it, but it's basically payback scam hotline or something like that. So it just came out a few days ago. But yeah, that's something that I also tell my parents. Hey, if somebody calls you and is not saying anything on the other end and is waiting for your reply, just take a whistle, you know, like from soccer or something. Those with the pearl in it, you know, the really loud ones, and then just put it on your freaking phone and whistle as loud as you can. The person on the other side will not be able to hear for the next few minutes because the ear will ring. They will never touch your phone number again. That's what you did back in the day. Back in the day when people were calling you and starting to say weird stuff and heavy breathing and all that bullshit. It was basically in the 80s and 90s and stuff. And a friend of mine was getting those calls at night, and well, that kind of messed with their sleep schedule, so they had problems getting up in the morning and had issues with their job and stuff. And I figured out who it was. And I might or might not have done something that you cannot do anymore because, well, it used tools for analog phones. That person, I think, never ever annoyed anybody with the phone again. I made sure of that. Back in the day, you could use something called an auto dialer, and yeah,
yeah, I get it.
So yeah, it was a pretty nice, nifty little tool that you could get your hands on if you knew how. I mean, not that I ever did that. I mean, I just knew it's possible and stuff. But it's not possible anymore. So yeah, back in the day, yeah. If you get scam callers and stuff, the next scam call that I get, I will do whatever it takes to keep them on the phone for as long as I can. I really want to try that. I watch a lot of YouTube channels that do exactly that, and it's hilarious. We have so many scammers in Germany as well. One newer stuff that started a few weeks ago, you get a call from a German phone mobile number, and it basically says an automatic message. So it's not a person, it's automatic message. It's a computer. It just says, here's Europol. We found suspicious activities with your ID. If you want to know more or something, press the 1. And well, obviously I didn't do anything. But I know now what happens when you press the 1. When you press the 1, you get actually in contact with a person. And the next time I get that call, I will definitely press the 1. I want to talk to that person. Europol. Seriously, how stupid, how brain dead do you have to be to believe that Europol is calling you first with a German mobile phone number? Europol is, as far as I know, in Switzerland.
Why wouldn't it be called from German authorities?
First, why do they call it from Germany? Second, why is there an English automated message, not a person? And second, if you do something that makes you a target of Europol, they don't fucking tell you. The next thing you know, when you have some shit that they can accuse you of, it's you're leaving your house like this, and they're not calling you. Oh yeah, oh by the way, there was suspicious activity. No, they look into that suspicious activity, then look into you, and then they decide what they do, and then they don't call, they ring on your door, and if you don't open, they come in. That's what they might do, but they're not like,
Basically, either you open or not open the door.
Yeah, either you open or they open. The problem in my case would be, it would be really, really expensive in the end, because you cannot get through the lock. That's, you can drill in, you can do whatever you do. It's a safety lock, so no way to get through there. And I think the only one in my house who has a real entrance door. Normally they have doors, but it's not much thicker than your regular room door. My door is like 5 or 6 centimeters thick. People can talk in front of the door, and well, I can still kinda hear them, but my neighbor can hear them like they're standing, well, like they have the door open. That's not happening for me anymore, so. And if I lock my door, I have some bolts who go into the side, so yeah, you might get through that door, but there is no door afterwards anymore. You have to cut through my door. It's not like you're jumping. If you try to break my door with your shoulder, no, it's your shoulder that's gonna break, not the door. And
wait a second. They made an automated message in English for German.
Yes, yeah, it's English. It's not German. It's an English automated message. How stupid do you have to be to get scammed by somebody like that? If you get scammed by somebody like that, you deserve it.
It's basically like I told you with Wikidot sites family.
I mean,
they made I told it to Triton basically, but they made a message to Belarusians and Russians that they closed access to us to their sites, and they left this message in English and Ukrainian. Poor Belarusians and Russians.
So it's basically, yeah, it's the same. They could have made an Italian or a Turkish or a Russian automated message from Europol. It would have been exactly the same outcome. I mean,
yeah, basically the same.
Most Germans do understand English, but if you make it in English, it does make sense because Europol is not a German organization. It's run internationally or European wide, you know. So English would be okay, but then put a freaking foreign country number there, spoof the right number and not a German number. It's the same when they scam, or when they actually scam people in Germany. They call you and they're like, yeah, trading, blah 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 blah, but it's not like they're talking in a good German. It's seriously, you hear it's somebody from Turkey, somebody from Russia, somebody from anywhere but Germany. They have a script basically. It would be the same if you write me a script in Russian the way I could read it, you know, like phonetical writing. It would be the same.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
You might understand what I say and the meaning behind it, but any question you would have in Russian in my direction, I have no idea. If I could understand the phrase, there might be point 1, 2, 3 that I can say as a reply, but then I would have to go back to the script. That's how they fake money out of people in Germany, and I'm like, why? I wouldn't give money to somebody who doesn't even talk German. I mean, if you want to have my money, well, be a German, then you have better chances. So, stupid.
Preferably you should stay next to the cashier.
Yeah.
Cashing machine.
You just don't make bank stuff on freaking on the phone. It's against the law anyway to basically make contracts on the phone if you don't ask for it. So if somebody calls you and doesn't have the if normally you have to give somebody the okay that they can call you for marketing reasons. If somebody calls you and
Thank you.
yeah, so you can basically go to a lawyer and try to sue them, but you won't find them. So, but yeah, but I got to get going. So, funny enough, I don't understand why the last scene, no matter what, it shows the freaking transition, and then it takes 2 seconds, shows you, doesn't show me anymore, and then it shows the. Oh wait, that's the break screen. Wait, that's the wrong one. This is the right one. And I even showed the wrong one. Yeah, see, you're back again. Show the right one. Thank you. Takes. I don't know. Stream elements take so long to switch the scenes. But yeah, next streamcast. We don't have a date yet, but I guess something like mid or end of September. But
yeah, something like that.
I have to see. I plan to go on vacation, and I'm not sure if I do it and when I do it.
To be announced.
Yeah, will be announced, exactly. So if you want to know, well, follow me on Twitter, for example. You could also follow DigiHom. Digi_hom is the Twitter account that we have and that I don't use enough yet. And also the Steam group. Let me post it here. That should be this here. Boing.
Yeah, we also should make announcement in Discords as well.
Yeah, that's also something. We also don't use that enough. But yeah, famous last words, as always.
Fuck Epic.
Yeah, thank you. It's not getting any better for Epic anyway. Alright, well, Lothar, thanks again for hanging out and
yeah, thanks for having me.
Talking to me and stuff. So you have a nice day. I'm gonna kick you out here and say my goodbyes, and then I'm off as well. So you have a nice day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Lothar.
Bye, Titan.
Alright, yeah, that was kinda completely unplanned, unscheduled, and I was like, oh, yesterday I was like, oh, yeah, oh, we are supposed to do a podcast today. Stuff Hey. Okay, anyway. I will stream again later, but now I have to take care of some private stuff. So if you want to see what's going on, again, follow me on Twitter. I announce when I go live. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again, Lothar, for doing this. This is the 3rd year we're doing this, right? Is it 3 or 4 years already? I think it's 3. Over 3 years already. Crazy. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and times are appropriate. Greetings to everybody. Have a good one. Bye.